Hi, Inkenstein here with the second week of going through the Enigma Stationery Inkvent calendar for 2024. Just as a reminder, these are the first week's colors right here. We're going to do week 2 now. I'm very committed to not doing spoilers, so I'm doing the entire week at the end of the week so that you are able to see them and not, if you are also going to be doing the Advent calendar, you will be able to enjoy it spoiler-free. Very interesting collection of colors. A couple that, like these two, which are forgettable. There's one shimmer, very light shimmer to it. Some nice sheening to a couple of these variations with some colors to them. So we're going to put these aside and start on week 2. So looking at day 8, we've got a little card here where we scratch off each day in order to reveal the ink that's underneath it. And for number 8, it tells Colorverse already. Project 30. Ace SGR. I'm not sure what that is. This for Sagittarius. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'll just wallow in my ignorance for a little bit. It looks like a very dark ink, like a dark brown. Let's open it up and take a look. Yeah, the brown is right. Whoa. Very, very light color. I will be very interested to see what happens to this as it dries. I think it's so interesting. Some inks will dry much darker once they're, I actually put 2 swatch cards here. Dry much darker and require a little time to really reveal their properties, which I always think is fun. Enigma Inkvent Day 8. This is Colorverse Project 30. There's a symbol in SGR. I don't know if that means Sagittarius or what it actually means, so we'll figure that out in a little bit. Okay, going to day 9 here. Kiwi, I can tell that already. Red Panda. I think this is actually one that this is the first one out of day 9 where I am coming up with an ink which I'm pretty sure I already have a sample of. Oops, stay in there 17. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think I have this already. Not to complain. This is very interesting. It's very similar to the Bloody Pumpkin that was earlier in the calendar. There it is. Yeah, a little different. It's a little lighter, a little brighter. Not that much of a difference. So let's Kiwi Inks. Red Panda. Good name for that color. If you've ever seen a Red Panda before. Day 9. It doesn't look like it's going to write that color when it comes. It looks in the container. It looks much deeper red, much more saturated red that comes out with that orange to it. Okay, next is day 10. Scratch off here. The wet pen, which I know he does some inks of his own. I'm very interested to see this. I've never seen any of his inks outside of his videos. And looks like a blue-gray. Let's give it a shot and see what we find in here. Oh, I like that. It's nice because it's a really nice blue-gray, but it's not too deeply saturated. I can already tell you there's some color properties in here, which are going to pop through as it dries. I already see that happening. Yeah, oh, some beautiful color properties in here. The wet pen, I love his videos. Deception Pass. Day 10. Oh yeah, wow. I can see there's a lot of blues coming through here. Greens, grays. That's a beautiful, I love color revealing inks like this that have little subtle color variations in them. I'm going to really like that quite a bit. So on to number 11, day 11. Again, if you're just finding this, you should go back and look at the other video where I do the first week, which I showed earlier. I'm going to do each week at the end of the week, all at once, so that there's no spoilers, because I think it's really kind of lame how many people post spoilers of all these ink calendars as soon as they get them. And yeah, I get the rush to be first, but I've never really seen much value in that. Ishimaru, Bunkudo, Nagasaki, Mayushi, Unzen, Frosty Blue. All right, I have no idea what this ink is. Okay, another blue-gray it looks like. And I'm betting, just even looking at the tube, I'm betting, looking at the froth, looking at the froth and the color I'm seeing, I'm betting there's going to be some color variant to this as it comes on the swatch card. Oh yeah, I can see it already. For as plain as the first week's inks were, this week looks like it has a lot more interesting things going on in this ink. Frosty Blue, Enigma Inkvent, day 11. Yeah, you can already see some purples, light blues, dark blues coming through here. Lots of purple. Look along the edges here. You're seeing even more through all that. That's really impressive. I'm going to take a look back at that and using that ink. Okay, day 12. 3 more to go. Pennonia, Hungary 2024, Magyar, Arany. Magyar, Arany. Lots of names here I don't understand or don't know. A red, it's a shimmer ink. You can tell because of the shimmer particles that are caught there at the bottom. So we'll give that a good shake. My guess is it's a red with a gold shimmer to it. So let's give this open and see if I'm right. Definitely a shimmer ink. It's like an orangey red. And there's definitely shimmer to it. It'll need some time to dry, but it's definitely in there. Again, Pennonia, Magyar, Arany, Enigma Inkvent, day 12. Okay. 2 more to go. KWZ is the ink maker, and it's called Old Smoke. So what do you think? Old Smoke would be a gray, a blackish gray, no shimmer, maybe a hint of blue. That's day 13. So that's my guess. Gray, flat gray, a little bit of blue, maybe some darker gray undertones. Let's see. So it's not a shimmer, I was correct. Maybe it is. Let's see. No. Definitely got the gray right. His name is gray. Huh. I wonder if this is going to have some color variation on it. It just has that vibe to it. KWZ Old Smoke. Enigma Inkvent. Day 13. Lucky number 13. Let's see how that dries. It'll be interesting if it has some color properties too. Okay, last one for today. Troublemaker ink. Purple Yam. Okay. Troublemaker, Purple Yam. Last one in this video. Purple Yam. Oh, that's high saturation. Look at how deep that is. Wow. That's a very dark ink. Purple Yam. Enigma Inkvent. Day 14. Okay, so let's look and see what we've got here for this week. We have this, which is the Colorverse Project 30. I think it's some sort of, I don't know, in reference to Sagittarius there, some more knowing to be. There's obviously some shading, very light with a single coat of ink. But the second coat brought out a lot more color. There's some shading variance in here, but not a lot of color variance, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. Red Panda, which has a lot of shading properties, doesn't really seem to have anything else going on. No additional color, no shimmer, which is fine, of course, but again, very similar to other inks we've seen literally in this calendar. This is really impressive. This is Wet Pen's Deception Pass. You can see in here some blue color variation coming through, some yellow, though the background is green, almost like a sea green, a light sea green, some blue in it. There's also some almost like evergreen type color that comes popping up through here. So you have yellows, you have blues, you have two shades of green with a kind of the grayish background. This is a really fun ink. I think it'll look great on the page. This is the Frosty blue, which if you look at this is a really interesting variation of the color. You can see some purple very clearly down here, some blue, light blue, mid blue as a kind of like a on the border of the heavier saturated areas. It's just a really nice ink. I think it would look really great on a page. This is the Magyar Arany. You can see this is a shimmer ink. You can see some of the shimmer qualities up in here. It is a gold shimmer on top of a kind of red-orange. KWZ Old Smoke. Oh, it's a nice gray. Nothing particularly exceptional about it. There is some color variation. It was probably very subtle to pick up on the camera, but there is some. I can see some yellows coming up through. I can see some blues, like purplish blue coming up through. So there's some variation, but it's very subtle, but it's otherwise fairly flat ink. This Troublemaker Purple Yam, which is a great deep purple. I have a friend whose purple is her favorite color. I'm due to write her a letter, and I probably will pop out this sample and see if I can ink this up and use this in my letter to her. So there you have it, week 2 of the Enigma Inkvent calendar. And come back in a week and I will do 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And then the final video will have the final 4 in them. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.